Good evening, people. My name is Lee Coleman, and this is Lee Speed. We're here today to talk to Mr. Rodney Richardson. He's an insurance, I'm going to call him mogul.
Okay, that's a good one. That's a good one. That's a good one.
And Mr. Richardson is going to introduce himself and talk about his company, and he's going to also talk about the importance of insurance. So I'm going to shut up and turn Mr. Richards on to you people in the surrounding areas. So tell us a little bit about yourself. Where are you from?
Oh man, born and raised. First of all, I want to thank you, Mr. Coleman, for this opportunity.
Yes, sir.
You know, you was first one to give me a shot.
Yes,
you know, and it's been over 20 years I've been licensed now.
Okay.
You know what I mean? 20 years I've been in the game. I'm licensed. We licensed in multiple states, Illinois, Missouri, Mississippi. We've built a business helping people from Chicago to Mississippi in the last 20 years. We have agents that's worked with us. So I don't only do it, I also distribute.
Okay.
You know, I teach, train others how to do it as well. But since, you know, I think we talked maybe been about 5 years ago. But to answer your question, I'm from East St. Louis, born and raised. I love the city. Went to Lincoln Senior High, class of 92.
Okay.
You know, I'm a Tiger for real.
I was 40 years old.
Yeah.
92.
So I'm not racist, but I'm biased. So the path.
What is racist? What is a racist?
A racist is a person that judges people from the outside in based on ethics, colors, religions, and things of that nature. Sex sometimes. But I'm a person that judges you from the inside out.
Okay, but I want to explore the racism thing a little further.
Okay.
Okay, let me ask you a question. Okay. Racism is Dr. Claude Anderson wrote Powernomics. He described racism as a team sport.
I believe
one person just can't do it. It takes a system of things that happens. And my question to most blacks is, can a black person be racist? Because first of all, a racist think his race is superior to another person's race. Do you know any black people that think that black people are superior to any known race on the planet?
Not offhand, I can say.
I don't know.
I don't know one like
I'm
that.
71 years old. I never heard a black person say he was superior. The next thing is, if you didn't like white people for whatever reason, can you stop them from buying houses in a certain community?
No.
Can you stop them from getting a bank loan?
No. That's
you see what I'm saying? So power comes with the term racism. It's not just I don't like your race, but you have to have the power to affect negatively the group that you don't like. And black people don't have that power.
Wow. And that's why I'm here today, because one of the powers we just take is economic. We the poorest race of people.
That's right.
And the reason
let me say this now.
Go ahead.
On a scale of disposable income, black people generate $1.4 trillion of disposable income.
Oh yeah.
And check this out. That's the 9th largest nation in the world.
Wow, I think we spoke on
so we got buying power. We got the money is there.
Oh, we are the dollars. We are the dollars. So what I understand is we've been taught how to make it. We've been taught how to spend it. But nobody's teaching us how to financially educate our people on how to grow it, protect it, and save it.
Whose responsibility is that?
That's ours.
That's ours.
That's ours. See, you know, I'm tired of the fish frying, barbecuing, and begging in the community. It's life insurance awareness money. See, the reason we're outside of the money game because nobody has no ends. What you mean? We outside because we have no ends. When I say ends, we have no investments and no insurance. So how can we transfer generational wealth? So what I wanted to come on and share with you, Mr. Coleman, is I need for us as a person, as a race of people, to truly learn how money works. See, I have a website you can go to, and it's one of the companies I represent. It's called Real Money, therealhowmoneyworks.com. Therealhowmoneyworks.com. See, what I need us to do is stop having a slave mentality of poverty and embrace wealth. Okay. You see what I'm saying? We got to embrace wealth. We got to understand the self-worth of us. Okay. See, go ahead.
Before we get to wealth, get past wealth, income and wealth, what is the difference?
What's the difference between
income and wealth? Because you got people who make $100,000, $150,000 a year. So is that wealth?
No, that's not wealth. Those people, you got a lot of people that make 100 to 150,000, And in some categories, those people are called Henrys,
Mhm.
Henry. High income earners, not rich yet. And 60% of them still live paycheck to paycheck.
Mhm.
And God might have a second job.
Wow.
Why? No financial education. See, we understand once again how to make the money. We know how to spend it. See, you was just talking about the buying power. Who spend the most money? We are the dollars.
And on what?
Nothing. See, that's what I'm talking about. We don't even own 5% of the wealth in America.
Mhm.
Understand me? So if I teach a class about money, see, the insurance industry has taught me not just about the life insurance. I got health insurance license, so I do health insurance, Medicare. I do a lot of different things, but the most important thing is put me in is the money game. See, you can leave a person 300,000 and 30 million, but if they don't have no financial literacy to go with the money, the man and the money will soon separate. So you got to have education. So you get a paycheck every week, every 2 weeks, but does any instruction come with the money? No, they don't. Does that make sense? So we got to understand the power of what we bring to the table when it comes to finance. And we got to sit down and stop planning vacations and start planning our money. I have a program, sir. It's Life Insurance Awareness Month. I have a program when you pay for one child, the rest of your kids are free. No matter how many you have. You can have 25 kids, as long as they're 17 and under. Matter of fact, $8.13. I call it 813, your lucky number. Get $15,000 worth of life insurance coverage on each of your children that's under the age of 18 or under for $8.13. They can ride on your plan to 25. Most people got insurance on cell phones. And all the kids got a cell phone. But when you die, your money dies. You can't pay, you can't stay. So that house you had, you can have all the home insurance. I offer that too with 35 companies. You can have all the auto insurance. I offer that too with 35 companies. But the most important and the cheapest insurance today is life insurance. Because see, the car gonna get repoed. The house gonna get foreclosed. Because when you die, your money died. They're gonna send one more check from the job. And the job insurance ain't y'all's, people. That's why you never get a policy. The company owns it. See, people think I got job insurance. That's not your insurance. That's why you can't take it with you. You never get a policy. You only get a certificate.
25 years.
You get a certificate.
You make it go away.
Right. And they can say, come October the 1st, we're canceling everybody's life insurance policy. If you don't own it, what can you do?
Wow, that's something that's heavy.
That's heavy.
Go back over that again.
Oh,
the 813.
Oh, the 813, man. This is what I call the perfect urban plans. You know, the new word for Black community is urban, you know.
We've been ghetto, slums.
I like the ghetto though.
Yeah.
Ghetto stand, and I didn't make this up, people. I got this from another guy that I grew up with. But the ghetto stands for gaining higher education to teach others. So these are the perfect ghetto plan. $8.13. When you pay for one child, the rest of your kids are free. That's $15,000 per child. So Lil Pookie, Lil Ray Ray, Lil Keisha, everybody get covered. See, when you go with those other companies, they're charging you per child. See, I can come in your house. I got a client, sir. She was 40 years old when I wrote up. She had 12, 13 kids. She lost a few and had them more. But she paid $40 a month for $100,000 on her and $15,000 on all her kids.
So what do we have to do to convince our community that this is important?
Well, I believe you put your money where they say if you love something, you spend money on. So I feel, you know, the most people gotta understand the value of what we do. Cause see, this is an intangible item. You know, most people believe, well, I can't get nothing out the benefit. But see, you never buy insurance for you. Mm-hmm. See, if you don't buy life insurance, I believe you're selfish. Mm-hmm. Do you care about your family? The only reason you don't buy life insurance, Mr. Coleman, is either you self-insured. And when I say self-insured, that means you got enough money now from retirement, planning, financial strategy. Because see, over time, little money, compound interest for the next 20 to 35 years can leave you financially independent. Mm-hmm. And at that point, you don't need life insurance, you self-insured. If I die, baby, write a check. But until I get to that point, there's no free funeral home. Give me the address. You understand me?
Yeah,
Now check this out. I got clients and I got teammates that's also friends that own funeral homes. That's funeral home directors that work with me. If they got insurance policy, ask yourself, if a man owns a funeral home, why would he buy life insurance?
Mhm,
He can bury himself for free.
mhm,
See, it ain't about the burial, it's about the money.
mhm. Okay, so what I want to pledge to you is that we do this every 2 weeks. We got a standing order to come and an invitation to come every 2 weeks. And let's beat this home because I'm getting educated. I know a little bit, but you're the expert. I'm not on insurance. So, and we'll be doing some things together too. So yeah, I want to offer you an opportunity to come here every 2 weeks to just talk about these things that they are so important. See, when you can't say you make 150,000 a year, that's your income.
Right.
Can you pass it on as you die?
You can buy money.
No, I'm just saying.
No, you can't pass your
You can't pass,
income.
okay, but you can pass your wealth.
That's right.
You know, you buy a home, you buy land, you invest in the stock market, things like that.
Right.
Not even in insurance. That's an investment.
Yes,
You
sir.
can pass that on. But we haven't gotten there yet. We've got to get there.
That's right. I believe most people, like I say, when you talk about income, you're going to work to feed your family. You know what I mean? To make sure that they have a roof over their head. They make sure that they can have a quality of life. So you should want that quality of life until they old enough to give themselves that quality of life. Does that make sense?
Absolutely.
So what we do is we teach a thing called decreasing responsibility. See, in your earlier years, you got young children, you got a house payment, you might got debt. So the loss of income would be devastating. So in the next 20 to 30 years, as your kids get grown, you have what's called a different whole side of life. At this point, your house should be paid for, your debt should be gone, your retirement income should be gone. So your financial responsibility, your family shrinks over time. But until you need to buy some money until you grow some money. And see, that's what we don't do. And that's what we got to understand. It's the cheapest thing you can purchase.
Mhm.
You know, I dropped off last week, Mr. Coleman, two what I call love checks.
Mhm.
A 28-year-old young lady and a 31-year-old young man, sister and brother. I met their dad less than 4 years ago. Cause see, I'm committed. My hat say crusader, and that's what I am. I knock on doors. I get clients. I got an event tomorrow at an apartment building in St. Louis. They doing a whole community barbecue. I'm out there giving away free gas. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I know I'm gonna get the message out, right?
Mhm.
But anyway, I was able, from having a 15 to 20-minute conversation, the guy must have trusted me. He took a like in me. We sat down and we got a plan in place for him and his daughter. But what happened was, less than 4 years later, at that same address, I was able to take back that money back to the children. Now, one son that's 31, he said, my dad, I need to buy me a house. Now, it ain't a lot of money I left, but I was able to put him in position. See, his daddy left him a starter kit.
Mhm.
He can go buy a house.
Okay.
See what I'm saying? Then the sister said, my daddy always told me to save some money. I'm gonna save some money for me and my baby. You see what I'm saying? So what happens is, when you look at those things, that's an unselfish act. See, an unselfish act is what you want to do when you buy life insurance, because you can't put your name as a beneficiary.
Mhm.
See, that's why I say it's an intangible item.
So let me ask you a question. So, and it is intangible, but it becomes tangible.
Oh yeah, it became tangible last week.
So, is it too late?
Mhm.
When is it too late to buy life insurance? And when is it too early to buy life insurance?
Oh man, that's a great question. You know, a lot of people want to buy insurance when the house on fire,
Mhm.
and I think that's a stipulation. A lot of people think life insurance is when you get ready to die.
Mhm.
You know, somebody get ready to go to the nursing home, they don't see them being here long. Let me try to get them covered right quick.
Mhm.
Well, the quickest time to buy life insurance, the younger you are, the healthier you are, the cheaper it is. The
Mhm.
easier it is to qualify.
Mhm.
Now, what happens is, over time, I think we was having a conversation earlier before we got started with the show about how life comes about with all kind of
Twists and turns and good and bad.
right. So what happens is, the longer you wait, it's called a cost of procrastination.
Mhm.
So come with age, come with cost. The older you are, the more life insurance costs. the chances are you might be a little less healthy.
Oh, absolutely.
So, so what happens is
So these are not the same, but if they were at 20 and 70.
right. So what happens is you begin the underwriting process might be a little bit difficult. So I believe you should get it as soon. They say you buy life insurance soon as somebody depends on your income. So if somebody else start depending on your income, so as soon as you have a child, you need to buy life insurance.
What about people say, well, I'm on welfare, whatever, and I can't afford it?
Oh my God, I love that part. I love that. You can't afford it. Well, if I got programs that's like $1, $1.25 a day. See, I got a friend who was on welfare. Actually, he lived in a government housing. He was a single parent. I ain't gonna give his name on, but he was a brother to me. And his plan was $40 a month. He told me the only way I won't pay it if I'm dead, bro. No job, no car, government housing, government income, $40 a month. And he had one child on the plan too. I think I left that brother over 50 something. $40 a month. So I got programs that's ghetto proof. You can't give me no excuse. This the cheapest bill. These bills are cheaper than your water bill in most cases.
You're buying $160 tennis shoes, right?
Man, listen. It's what I call a no get around. You know, you can tell me your birthday, but you can't tell me your death date. Now they say 1 out of 4 people buy life insurance gonna pass. Why did the other 3 buy it? Because they didn't know if they was the one. So one thing for sure, you come in this world, you're gonna go out. So it costs you to live and it costs you to die. And it just depends at what age it is the people that depend on your income is when you die. See, my dad died 3 years ago. And when I'm 49, so they put me at 46. I was turning 46. But what if I was 6? I'm the oldest child. What if I was 16? See, at this time when my dad died, me or my 2 sisters didn't depend on his income anymore. Only my mom did. Now check this out. My dad died. His responsibility was pay the bill, pay the mortgage on the house, right? When my dad died, the mortgage company didn't send my mom one condolence month to say, take 30 days and grieve. They wanted their money. See what I'm saying? Daddy paid that. You understand what I'm saying? He ain't here no more. So, what do we do?
You know, something I want to talk to you about, Maurice. Something I want to talk to you about. You know, this thing is rigged for failure. A lot of people don't know this. You and your wife pays jointly when file taxes jointly.
Right.
Okay. If you're in trouble, you both are in trouble.
That's right.
You get a refund, it comes to both of you.
That's right.
But when it comes to Social Security, which is a good, savings plan, if your spouse dies, you can't collect your money and your spouse's money.
Nope.
You can't do it.
Nope.
You're gonna lose one of the incomes. You're gonna take the highest. What if one is just $30 higher than the other one? Yep. You're gonna lose that. So that's something. That's another reason why this is so important. You can't take both Social Securities if one spouse dies. You can only get one, and you can opt to get the ones that pays the most.
Right. Now, guess what paid the mortgage though? The life insurance policy check I took to my mom. You see what I'm saying? The mortgage company, you can't pay, you can't stay. But when I brought that check, we was able to pay. My mom was able to pay her mortgage up for a whole year.
That's great.
See, she had a moment. She had a moment to relax. No worries, no stress. See what I'm saying? And it did other things, paid for the funeral, other things that those according, other things of that nature. But those are the examples of what happens when you die. See, it's not only a frustrating situation, it becomes emotional too. I mean, it's not only emotional, it becomes a financial stress. I want to correct that. So if I already got emotional stress and then I compound that with financial stress, hell, they might have to dig 2 graves. So I want to just take that burden off of people and let you know, hey, look, I can give you a peace of mind. We got programs that cover your debt, your death, your income, your mortgage, and your kids' education.
Okay, here was something, we got about 4 more minutes.
Okay.
What some people might say, well, you're a salesman, you're selling stuff, you make
Mhm.
money off of it.
Mhm.
Why should I believe everything he's saying? What can you do to make me believe and know that what you're saying, well, not believe, because belief is something that you practice without facts. To
Right.
know is to have facts, knowledge.
Mhm.
So what can you tell me that would assure me that what you're saying is true?
Well, what can I tell you? I can just tell you this. I assure you, in the last 7.5 to 8 years, my team and I paid over $2.5 million to families. I assure you, the company I represent pays about $6 million a day in death claims. Company's been in existence since 1977 and it paid over $29 billion in death claims. We're national, we own the New York Stock Exchange. You can Google us, you can buy some shares of stocks if you like. You can look at, you understand, you can call and verify my name at several funeral homes. They know me, Rodney Richards. You can call Serenity, you can call Teeks, you can call many of them. But I promise you, I've been in this game 20 years. And the last thing I'm gonna tell you, if it's good enough for my mama, my daddy, my son, my sisters, my nephew, and myself, it's good enough for y'all.
Okay, we're gonna wrap up. Here's the thing that I'm gonna, this is my commitment because I know how important it is. You and I have talked about that several times. So my commitment again is that every bi-weekly, bi-monthly rather, you'll come on and we'll do different things, but we're gonna beat it home how important it is that you get that insurance.
Yes, sir. Because see, next month it's Medicare time, and I also help seniors with Medicare, and we want to educate them because they got options coming up, and you need to know what your options are and how that thing work with that red, white, and blue card. You got some benefits out there, and a lot of people getting ready to get it for the first time. They don't understand what the 80-20 is. Do we got this? Do we got that? Well, guess what? They got some stuff out here, and a lot of time it might not cost you nothing to enroll in.
That's right. Well, the problem I got with it is that when I see those guys on TV, you got a Social Security, I call this number, and these guys are selling stuff along with, they're not the Social Security agency.
Right.
There's someone telling you about your what you can and get, what you can get, what you're entitled to.
Right.
A premium comes with that.
Well, what my job is this. I like to educate people first. See, if I educate you, and if you got to understand it, see, if you know better, you'll do better.
Right.
And my job in this business is, my biggest pet peeve is to stop my people from making informed decisions. We make too many informed decisions based on what my cousin said, my mama said, my brother said, and ain't none of them licensed professionals. we getting wealth information from broke people. They say if you want to be wise, walk with the wise. You want to be wealthy, well, walk with the wealthy. Go get legitimate credit. You're going to get credible information. So what I like to do is inform folks first. So once you know better, you do better. So that way I didn't sell you nothing. You bought something. Because see, one thing about black folks, you can't sell us nothing no way. We got to buy it.
Well, that's Brown saying you can't fly with the eagles if you're down on the ground with the pigeons.
That's right.
But look here, man, I really appreciate you coming.
Thank you, Mr. Coleman, a lot.
And we're gonna beat this thing to death. We're gonna make sure that we get this information out. You can see us on YouTube. We have a YouTube channel. This interview will go on YouTube, and we're gonna beat it to death. And you're gonna see Mr. Richardson once every 2 weeks.
Okay. All right, man. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Yes,
Appreciate it.
Okay.